What's up, people? It's the Trank 2010, and I'm here today talking about some Battlefield 1 things. Yes, finally, it is here. There is gameplay in the background from the Squads event. I had a really fun time watching it. It was almost like an MLG type thing or whatever. Sorry that I've been gone for so long. I'm not going to dwell on that too much, but summer vacation's here, so hopefully I'll be able to get to do things more. To start off, Battlefield 1 is like your average normal Battlefield game in World War One, with people considering it a World War II skin. Kind of a mouthful, isn't it? But there's kind of things that support this, there's kind of things against this, but I just want to kind of explain some of the huge things that we've seen at the Squads event. Starting off with the behemoths. Oh my gosh, the Zeppelin in the sky was amazing, and I could not wait to see actual gameplay of the people inside the Zeppelin. Could you actually drive the Zeppelin like they said you could? And the answer to this is yes, you can drive the Zeppelin. Yes, you would take this thing down and it'll go off in a blaze of spectacular glory of fire, and it lands wherever too. It's not on a set course. There's no cinematography type thing. It's not like as this Call of Duty channel, it's not like the helicopters in Call of Duty when you take them down, you spin off the map. No, it falls wherever it lands. And so it can fall off in a field somewhere and do nothing, or it could fall in the center of a choke point in the map, and you will now have to navigate that map differently. It leaves remains on the map, and you have to navigate through it differently. You might not even be able to bring vehicles through there anymore, or you might just create a whole segregated side of which map, like where to get to a map or whatever. And so that's pretty cool. It goes to the losing team. People say that it isn't really a thing if the teams are like kind of equal, and like one of them starts to lose and then they just get the Zeppelin. It's not like that. There has to be a clear difference. They say it is recommended to take down the behemoths as quick as possible because it could give the losing team a advantage in the long run, and so you should probably take it down with any type of fire that you can do to it. And with that being said, the Zeppelin is one type of behemoth. Right now we speculate that there are other types of behemoths through what they call them is like the skins and everything for the behemoths themselves. We think that on other maps is not just going to be the Zeppelin, there's going to be the armored train, which yes, I am so excited for the armored train behemoth. And that is possibly on two maps, one city map, which is now confirmed, and the desert kind of Arabian map as well. So I cannot wait for that. And there's also going to be a naval ship for potential like ocean coast maps and everything too. And that's going to be really exciting to use, and everyone's going to be trying to get gameplay of that. I might get gameplay of that as soon as it comes out. Speaking of the different maps, not sure if it's just going to be the one map that we are watching in the live stream, or if it's going to be on a lot of the maps because, well, we only have gameplay of the one map. But this map, which we believe is St. Quentin's Scar, has different weather stages to the map, and it is crazy. So you may start off on a sunny day, and then it might start raining. Or you may start off on a rainy day, and vice versa. You may get a rainy day, and it goes to fog. And it's just like anything can happen. You may just get a sunny day and it'll stay sunny all the way through, or you may get a rainy day and it'll stay rainy all the way through. And it is absolutely amazing. And they've overdone so many textures. When the rain kicked in, that's one of the first things I noticed in the trailer and during the event. When it starts to rain, you can see the rain on your gun. You can see the droplets on your gun. You can see the like the water hitting your gun and like dripping off and everything like that. There's also mud too, so if you dip down in the mud, you are going to get mud on your gun, and it's going to change the way the gun looks. And that is amazing. Moving on to vehicles. Vehicles are insane. You have to actually get into a vehicle now, and you can be killed while getting into a vehicle. It was stated that you could do this, and though it wasn't shown much in the live streams or in mini gameplay, but I don't have no idea which YouTuber I was watching, but I seen him get a kill from someone who was getting into a car in front of him. So yes, you can kill people that are getting into cars. You have to get into cars. You are vulnerable when you're doing this, but when you get in, you're protected, like the normal vehicle or whatever. And so that is a whole new way the where like mechanisms work. Another thing that you have to do is I'm not sure if it was all vehicles, but in a lot of the vehicles, you actually have to take a second to switch vehicles. There's an animation for switching to the driver's seat or to like a different gun, and so that is a pretty cool thing. One example of this is, I think one example of this is in the Zeppelin, I think. I'm not entirely sure though, but there are examples of this where you would have to hop into biplane is a clear example of this. If you hop into a different seat in the biplane, you have to hop into the back seat, and so that leads to a whole new thing. Another thing with vehicles is that I'm not sure it's with the normal vans so far, or maybe it has been added to the van, Jeep, truck things. But with the biplanes and the tanks, there are sweet spots where you can disable things without actually disabling or killing the tank, which can give you a clear advantage. Oh, look at Snoop Dogg protecting the trenches near spawn. Yeah. But anyway, there's some clear spots that you may want to go for if you want to get the upper hand on your enemy. And with that being said, biplanes now have wings that are destroyable. If you put a couple shots into a wing, even with small arms fire or sniper rifle bullets or sniper rifle anti-tank bullets, you are going to get some disables on wings, and that affects how the plane will fly. If you take out a lot of the left wing, you are going to spin aimlessly out of control, and too much of that, like you disable the left wing to disrepair, it's going to kill the plane a lot quicker than just taking out the entire plane itself. You can disable the engines on planes too. So that, like, from what I've seen, some people taking out the engines of planes, that is death right there. That is a death wish and a half. If your engine is disabled, you're going to have to repair, which you can repair inside of vehicles now, but it takes you a second to repair. Like, it takes you a good 5 seconds or so, and it only repairs half, but it will repair the damage of the disabled done to you. But 5 seconds without you being able to do much, without you being able to drive or being able to like navigate your plane, you're going to die, and that person is going to get the kill. Going over to tanks, you can disable the treads on tanks. So if you see a tread and you have an anti-tank sniper rifle and you know you can put a couple shots into the tread, you might disable the tread, and that tank can't go anywhere. And now your team can definitely go in and just wreck that tank. You can do that with the normal tanks too. You can take out the treads using another tank. And with the miniature tank, the light tank as they call it, you can take out the engine on the back. The engine in the back is exposed. If you shoot the engine in the back, that engine is going to catch fire. And though it is not going to spread to the rest of the vehicle and catch the rest of the vehicle on fire, that vehicle can no longer go anywhere. And I think you can also take out the treads to the light tanks as well, meaning that there is 2 ways to take out that tank without even having to take it out and blow it up, and it can give you the advantage. Another thing that has been talked about from the YouTubers is that they talk to DICE is you might be able to, you are going to be able in the final build, and though I did not see this at anywhere in the current build, you're going to be able to disable the tank's turret, and that is a phenomenal advantage. If that other person cannot shoot at you, you are going to win completely every single time. It is going to be insane. And so, speaking on the vehicle combat, if you spawn into a vehicle as a driver, you are no longer going to be as a vehicle, like in a vehicle with your class. You now have to choose your tank class or your pilot class. And that is going to have significant less firepower than the other classes in the game. You are going to be able to repair using them, which even then isn't even anything special, because on the battlefield page right now, it is shown that the assault class is also going, not the assault class, the medic class is also going to be able to do some repairs to tanks, and I'm also going to guess like horses and stuff too, because you know those are also vehicles and they're medics. But skip that. You are not going you're going to be able to repair everything, but you are not going to be able to use like any other like things. In the live stream event, they only had one gun on show for this, but they had the I think the CS 96 carbine. And so how that worked was, it was a single shotgun. It is basically an elongated version of a pistol that was in World War One, and like it does good damage, but it has a slow reload time, and you get another pistol as a secondary, and that's it. You're not going to be able to do much. As Dice said, they want you to emphasize this: your vehicle is your primary weapon. You have to use your vehicle, or else you're going to be at a disadvantage. It stops people from using vehicles just as taxis to objectives or to mountains and stuff like that to get a good sniping position. You can no longer do that unless, which is, you have a good teammate. You are going, if you spawn in as a secondary gunner, you're going to be able to keep your vehicles and stats and stuff. Your class loadouts and stats and stuff. There's no penalty for spawning in as a backseater to a biplane or a second or third seater to a tank. Which, yes, there is second or third. There's one tank that can fit an entire squad of 5 into the tank. It's crazy. That's the heavy tank, I think that is. Another thing being emphasized in this game is vehicle gameplay. Watch as the Zeppelin falls. It is amazing. It just lands wherever. I think this is the first match, so I think this lands in a pretty like heavy spot in like a village or whatever. But anyway, another huge thing is teamwork in this game. They are really emphasizing the whole teamwork play in this game. If you are capping objectives, you are getting a ton of points. They have raised the points for the objectives, and at first I did not realize this. And everyone was like, wow, they raised the points, and YouTubers like, they raised the points, and I'm like, oh really? And then it clicked to me. For getting a point captured in Battlefield, I think you get like, I don't know, like 250 points. In this, you can get upwards to like 550 points. And that is actually insane how many points you can get. Another thing that they're doing, which I really like this, and it's kind of actually comparable to Overwatch. If you do damage to an enemy, you are getting points for doing damage to that enemy. So if you do 55 damage to an enemy, you get 55 points. Now, I'm not sure if I've seen any kill assists in Battlefield 1 as of now. There might have been, I might have just missed it, but I haven't really seen any much of that. So if you're getting like 55 points done towards someone, then you're not really getting the full like kill or whatever. There, however, has been the kill assist that counts as kills. Those return from Battlefield 4 and I think Hardline, which are amazing because if you do a lot of damage to someone, you should actually get the kill for it. And I believe that is a really good, like, good, how do you put it? Good play and like thought into a game. However, if you do get a kill, you will get a plus 20 towards however much damage you did. So if you do 100 towards someone, you're getting 120 points. But as stated, you're not going to be getting as much points as if you are getting kills on objectives. I can go on and on right now about some of the amazing and new things in Battlefield 1. And to be honest, I thought I could put it all in one video, but I cannot. So I'm going to end it off here, and I'm definitely going to have a new video out. Try to have that out as soon as possible for you guys. so that you can so I can go in depth. I may explain the class systems more and just have a video towards that. But this is some of the main things about that. With that being said, that is all. If you liked the video, leave a like if you're new here, because I usually do Call of Duty, and that may be the next video for now. But if you're new here, leave a like and subscribe. I do lots of stuff like this, and it will be I'll be really appreciative for the support. With that being said, I'll talk to you all later. See you.